Here are a couple ideas for working with the video sampler template. Now, this is just a really quick way to work with embedded videos. Now, it can be embedded videos from Vimeo, Screener, YouTube, even videos that you have on your slide. But it's really just a single slide video interaction that you can visually use to load videos. Now, you can obviously get this from eLearning Heroes just in the Downloads Articulate Storyline Templates file. And I'm going to start off here real quick just with a brand new project. Now, the two files that you'll get are actually Storyline template files, the example file and the placeholder. This just means as Storyline template files that when we open one of these, it's actually going to insert it into an existing project, or if you have nothing open, it'll create a brand new project. You really won't work from these two files. These are templates, which means they can't be overwritten unless you manually do a save as and then overwrite them. So placeholder is the stripped down version. The example is a version just with some real world content. So go ahead and just open up the video placeholder. And Storyline is going to ask us to insert it. We can insert it with the same scene name, which is Video Sampler, or we can create a brand new scene. I'll just use the same scene name. And there it is. And because this is not a real project, I can go ahead and delete that. So this is it. It's all on one slide, which is really cool. And if you drill down by double clicking, you can open it up. Real quick, this was all built with images. Even these gray shapes right here are images. They're PNG files. Now, the reason I did this was was my intention that this was a image-based interaction, which means that I wanted to make it really easy to swap out these graphics with my own images, not shapes. So if you wanted to work with shapes, then the best thing to do is not to really work from these graphics. What I would do is I'd come in and I would use the Insert tab. And then I would after you selected one of these graphics, use that as a guide to create your own graphics. And then if you want to add hover states, anything else, you can. The reason I wouldn't use these images as a starting point to work with shapes is that really you're going to have to open these up and delete these shapes, these images, and then insert your own. It's a lot more work. May as well just start from scratch and just maybe use this as a guide if you needed to. So mostly intended this to be an image-based interaction. Okay, so a couple things here. 6 of these buttons or images. Each one of these loads a slide layer, and we do that by using an object trigger. So show layer for each one of these images. We have a trigger that says show a layer when the user clicks. We have 6 slide layers, and those slide layers are right here. So video 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now for each of these, they just click the timeline. They have a placeholder for some text. So video 4 title, and then the idea is there's a close button up here that has an auto hide layer when you click it. And then the idea is that you will just insert your video using the insert video, and then whether it's a video from file or a video from website, or maybe even record your webcam. So you need to insert your own video. But I have the close button on here for you, and obviously have a title text that you can use to modify. Okay. So if I jump back here to the base layer, now the way that I would say to work with these images is if you like the size of everything, just work with that size. Select one of these and then click states and edit states. So on this first state, the normal state, we actually have 2 objects. We have the little play icon, then we have the placeholder for the background. If you like the placeholder, leave it in place. The play button, leave it in place, but swap out your content with this placeholder. So if I right click this, I can choose change picture. Now, this is why I didn't want to work with the shapes. The shapes don't enable me to swap out a vector shape with a picture. So that's kind of why we're working with this. So change picture. Got my image right here. Swap it out. Now you also notice that the hover has another image. These are 2 separate images. Well, exactly. In this case, it's the same image, but if you wanted to change out that image with your own or a different one with a different effect, you could do that. But you still need to replace it. So in this case, I'm just going to use the same image, but the difference is that it has a outline right here under format, and it just gives it an outline shape. And that's all you have to do. The triggers are already set up, so just swap out your images and you're all set.